best thing I saw in the theater this weekend is To Catch a Killer. And this is not only the best thing I saw this weekend, it's the best thing I saw in a really long time. And you can tell that writer, co-writer, and director Damien Chazelle is a fan, a stan of David Fincher and of Jean de Bont. This is the one, guys. If you want to go to the theater and leave feeling like you didn't waste your money, or worse, waste your time, this is it. The 2-hour runtime, the runtime is 1 hour and 59 minutes, and no time, no dialogue, no scene is wasted. This film looks beautiful. It's set up like a David Fincher film. That's how smart and witty it is. It looks good again. It's cinematically beautiful. This film was shot so well. It's set up, to me, what I kept thinking is that, because it felt procedural, it felt like this was a setup for a procedural that's to come. And if Shailene Woodley didn't have so many projects already in pre-production, I would think that she's going to, that this was the vehicle to launch, or the launch pin for the episodic procedural for, I don't know, CBS. And this, if it is, this does not need to be on network television because you don't want it censored. You want everything going on about this story. But this did feel like an origin story for a procedural that will be on streaming soon. An episodic procedural. That's what it felt like to me. And maybe it will be without Shailene Woodley, but Shailene Woodley's character, just like you'll remember Jodie Foster's character in Silence of the Lambs, it's set up like that. And hopefully it will be a procedural crime drama in the very near future, because I would love to binge watch, get into a series like this. Who steals it for me? Ben Mendelsohn. I did not know he was this good. You see him in, movies, and he's good, but this one, he steals this movie for me. As soon as his very first scene to the last 10 minutes of the movie, oh my God, until just before the last 10 minutes of the movie, he is fantastic. He is so good in this film. I had no idea he was this good. He plays this 30-year veteran FBI agent working on this case, and he assembles Shailene Woodley's character, who's this war-torn, she's a loner, but she's a smart Baltimore beat cop, and she just wants to make it through another day because she has an addiction that is really, taking over her life. And so she keeps busy to abstain from going back into or spiraling down with her drug habit. And then you have, who I loved, he plays Mackenzie, his name is Jovan Adepo. He was really good. You'll remember him, or would you, from Babylon. Nobody saw it in the theater. That movie was one of my best of the year. He was in that. He was in Fences. He's really good in this film too. Well, Ben Mendelsohn's character assembles, his own team, this unique team, who he trusts, who he believes, because they're witty, they're quick on their feet, even though the rest of the bureau and police department don't really trust them. What's great about Ben Mendelsohn's character, he reminded me of Morgan Freeman's character at the end of his tenure, but can't relent because he wants to solve this case, like Morgan Freeman in Seven. He has this magisterial feel, really quick, but he's settling into the fact that he's in the twilight of his career. Like, it's over for him soon, and this is likely his last case. He plays this to a T, but he's dealing with red tape and bureaucracy and his superiors are trying to solve this case for political expedient or career expedience and for political motivations, and because the community wants this solved, and so they optically need to solve it no matter who they say is guilty. Happens all the time. But this is witty. Like, some procedurals you're watching, you're like, dude, it's right there. Like, this is who it is. Not this one. For the longest time, like Seven, you really don't know who's doing this or why they're doing this. And a lot of it was reminiscent, unfortunately, of the Las Vegas shooting, because this deranged serial killer is randomly shooting innocent people, like just minding their business. Like it opens on New Year's Eve in Baltimore, and people are just randomly getting shot by this marksman. I dealt with that in DC. I believe it was 2004. We had the DC sniper. We were so afraid, we didn't know where to, the DC snipers were shooting random people. You could go to the gas station, Home Depot, like everywhere. You didn't know who it was and when they were going to strike. And that's sort of the tone and even atmosphere, the fear pulsating amongst the community that this could happen to anyone at any time. I loved how authentic. I mean, it's really, really good. I cannot sell this anymore. Now, this could have easily been a streaming movie, and I think it would have blown up because it just looks so good. I like that I saw this in the theater, even though it feels like a procedural crime drama. I like that I saw this in the theater because the cinematography in this film is unmatched. Unmatched. I highly recommend seeing To Catch a Killer in the theater. And I look forward, because I have the sneakiest suspicion that this is going to spin into a procedural on, some network or streaming platform in the near future. Shailene Woodley, Jovan Adepo, and Ben Mendelsohn. They're too good in this film. To Catch a Killer is in theaters now.